Now I'd like to give you some instruction on training the gap sensor. Of course, the gap sensor detects the gaps in between labels, and so it tells the machine that there has been one label dispensed and now it's time to stop. When the sensor is set up correctly, you'll see as I move the label along by hand, you'll see the yellow light on the top of the sensor is on. Now when I come to a gap, you'll see that light go off. And then it comes back on again and is on completely through the entire label. And that's the proper functioning of the gap sensor. Now, if the gap sensor is not trained correctly, you would see this light flickering or going on and off through the label, and that would make the label stop in strange places, if you will. It would not stop at the same spot as it should. Or conversely, if it's not trained, this light will never go off, and as a result you would get several labels dispensing out at the same time, and of course that's a problem and a big mess. So I'm going to show you here in the next clip how to actually train this gap. To train the gap sensor, first we open the pinch grip. And what I'm going to do is actually release some of the tension from the take-up wheel until I have the backing paper only. What we call the web is only in there, and you'll see the light went off, but we're going to train the sensor. Now I actually am going to put it in teach mode by pressing the little red button and holding it for a couple of seconds. And while it's flickering, I actually feed the label back and forth several times until you see that it flickered twice, and then it found, now it's taught itself, if you will, the difference between the backing paper and the gap. What I like to do after I've done that is again take my hand and turn the take-up wheel, and I feed a label along, and I want to make sure again that the light does not go off on the label, but only goes off in the gap. And once I have that, then now I'm set correctly, and I can move it out to the end of the peel tip, and I can close my pinch grip, and now I'm ready to run.